Homelessness, violence, drug use, and people struggling with mental health. Leaders in Snohomish County say enough is enough, and they are taking matters into their own hands to better protect their community. Tonight, they've come up with a plan that many hope is a step in the right direction. Good evening. I'm Hannah Kim.
And I'm David Rose. Mayors, law enforcement, and local business owners are now putting their heads together under one coalition to try to find solutions for a safer community. Fox 13's Alejandra Guzman breaks down their plan.
Is there anything on you that I'm going to find that shouldn't be on you? Is there any paraphernalia, dope, knives, guns, needles?
We're seeing more gun violence, more illegal possession of guns, more shots fired, more drug dealing, and more open drug use in our communities.
That's the harsh reality for many communities in Snohomish County.
When you're up at the jail, talk to the nurses. They can help you get into treatment. Lack of staffing and crime violence and the violence that's occurring is really been difficult.
It's not uncommon for a single sheriff's deputy to handle 25 to 30 calls a shift. Shot-fired calls are up 66% this year, and drive-bys are now up by 123%, something that city leaders say they find alarming.
How do we make it so that a multiple-time felon in the city of Everett, in broad daylight, doesn't feel emboldened to be carrying firearms and then murdering a police officer?
A harsh reality troubling Lake Stevens Mayor Brett Galey and other mayors across the county. He says it's decisions and policies like the pursuit policy emboldening criminals.
What you can't do is tell the criminals, guess what? We're never going to pursue you, or you get what we have today, 7 of our police cars getting rammed over the course of a few months.
Marysville Mayor John Neering is one of several leaders looking for a collective solution for people who live in Snohomish County. The group created the Mayors and Business Leaders for Public Safety Coalition that for the first time will be bringing together government and local business leaders to combat countywide issues. Their goal, more funding for law enforcement and social services, working with prosecutors.
We really need more transparency regarding charging decisions, bail, convictions, and sentencing to increase public confidence in the judicial system.
And more resources to help with homelessness and mental health.
No matter how many times we offer them resources and try and get them help, a lot of them seem to decline it and want to continue, whether it be addiction.
Everett Mayor Cassie Franklin says their community outreach and enforcement team has referred 294 people to services.
That program was working. It was working great.
But since the Blake decision, 0 have accepted services. Under the decision, when someone is openly using hardcore drugs, they have to offer services to them 3 times before they can engage them in the criminal justice system.
That seems like a really good idea on paper, but in practice, you offer services to somebody who's high, and they're not in a place to accept those services.
The coalition is one of the first to bring together private, public, and nonprofit sectors together. Leaders will now go back to local businesses and ask them to join their efforts. Alejandra Guzman, Fox 13 News.